All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Freedom Friday. I'm your host, Troy Wagner with Free Press Marketing, coming to you live from Free Press Studios here in downtown Oxnard. It's a beautiful day. Sun's out today. A little cloudy yesterday, but that's the weather report. Back to you, Jan. I'm just kidding. Anyway, little update on our neighbor next door, Carlos Ramirez from Cielo Artisan Desserts. I believe he's had now possibly two surgeries, I believe, and another one still. So continue to pray for him. I guess from what I've heard, he has been conscious at times and has spoken and things like that. But it's going to be a long road to recovery after suffering that head injury. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. We miss him next door. His business needs him. We need him here in downtown Oxnard, and we can't wait to have him back. So keep him and his family in your prayers and hope that he comes back soon. Um, anyway, this episode of Freedom Friday, sometimes I struggle with what am I going to do, and I always come on and kind of just babble on about whatever comes to my mind. But we are going into Memorial Weekend, so the obvious topic would be on Freedom Friday is to respect and honor those who have sacrificed all to give us and help us, how do I say, preserve, I guess, some of the freedoms that we still have here in this country, going all the way back to those who sacrificed to gain us our freedom. Without that, we wouldn't be America. We'd be who knows what, British colony still. And the royal wedding would have had a whole new meaning to us, I guess, last week or whatever. So maybe I'd be speaking British. No, probably not. But anyway, want to honor those who have sacrificed. I served in the Marine Corps years ago during, we could call it peacetime. We weren't in any open conflicts at the time that I was involved with anyway. So it was pre 9/11. After the first Gulf War, I was in from 90, gosh, when did I go? 95 to 99, 2000, somewhere in that range. So yeah, I mean, we volunteered and I signed up and was willing to give all for this country and the freedoms and to protect those around the world who may be oppressed or whatever the case may be. So anyway, we honor those who serve today, but this weekend's really about remembering those and honoring those and being thankful that men and women existed who were willing to step up and fight for freedom, in their minds. So I was looking up this morning like different quotes from Memorial Weekend, different memorial quotes. I found a few, and maybe I'll just read a couple here to you guys. I like this one from George S. Patton. I really like this one actually because it kind of, helps us focus on what we should be thinking about maybe this weekend. So it's food for thought, I guess. George S. Patton says, "It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God such men lived." And that goes kind of with what I was saying is being actually honoring them and being thankful that there are those out there that are willing to give everything they have, their lives, to secure the freedoms of their family, of their brothers and sisters in arms, and the people in this country and other countries around the world that we've fought for and have, tried to secure freedoms for all men of all nations. So that's one from George S. Patton. This one from Eleanor Roosevelt: "Freedom makes a huge requirement of every human being. With freedom comes responsibility." And that's, I think, a lot of people, I guess, abuse or take advantage of their freedom, and they spout it out. Well, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I guess you can, but understand that the consequences of some of those freedoms that you're expressing may not be the best for everyone else. And so it's really selfish of individuals who persist in that type of rhetoric and talk and behavior to use that freedom as a chance to just blow up and do whatever they want. That's not freedom or liberty. It does come with responsibility to your neighbor, to your family, to your friends, to exercise your freedom responsibly and not abuse it in hurting others and maliciously like hurting others or with any malicious intent. So it requires a great deal of freedom and restraint, that power that freedom has. With any power, I guess, it can be abused. Money can be abused. Freedom can be abused. Positions of authority can be abused. Um, Leadership positions, a lot of those things can be abused. So it just comes with a great responsibility, great focus. And so I exhort you all to, don't take your freedom for granted. Be responsible with your freedom and don't use your freedoms to exploit or hurt or take advantage of your neighbors in your community or the people you work with or work for. Keep their freedoms in mind as well. Looking at some, there's like 21 of them in here, quotes, some from people I've never heard of. That's a good quote. Veterans are a symbol of what makes our nation great, and we must never forget all they have done to ensure our freedom. That comes from, I'm going to mispronounce this, but Rodney Freilinghusen. I didn't take German in high school. I took Spanish, so forgive me on that one. I think it's German. No duty is more urgent than the returning of thanks. Again, being thankful for those. People are going to mourn this weekend the loss, but really we can mourn the loss, and people will mourn. But again, just have that spirit and that I guess the spirit of being thankful and grateful that for what people have done for us, or that what we have done for others as well. This one's unknown, and a lot of people say this. Maybe we never forget freedom isn't free. I mean, that's we could dive deep into that. Where did freedom come from? It was bestowed upon us, given to us by our Creator, endowed certain inalienable rights, right? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. But it costs. I guess maybe the natural tendency of governments and men is to, once they get in power, is to control what other people do and exercise great control over people and not give them freedom to exercise how they see fit to live their lives, or what religion they choose to use to worship, their God or whatever it may be. Freedom of speech and those things, it does come at a cost. A lot of our favorite movies are about people trying to, attempting to fight against tyranny and fight against oppression to gain freedoms for not just them, but for all. So it's not free. It comes at a cost, and then there's great responsibility once we have it to maintain it responsibly, and it's a lot, man. Let's see. Joseph Campbell, a hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. Definitely. These are ideas. Ideas have power. The idea of freedom, the idea of liberty, the idea of justice and happiness and the pursuit of those things. And, those are ideals that people die for, obviously, have lived and died for. Let's see. Norman Schwarzkopf, many of you may remember him from I believe he was the general in command in the first Gulf War. It says, it doesn't take a hero to order men into battle. It takes a hero to be one of those men who go into battle. True, we touched on that. Thomas Campbell, the patriot's blood is the seed of freedom's tree. Deep. This is unknown, but to those in uniform serving today and to those who have served in the past, we honor you today and every day. And I guess that's a statement for this broadcast. We do want to honor those who do serve and those who gave, again, their all. I know I'm kind of being redundant, repeating myself, but some of these things are just worth repeating and worth talking about. Every week, Freedom Friday, we come on and I have the freedom to come on and broadcast live and pretty much say whatever I want. through this YouTube channel. A lot of people do, and a lot of people use that freedom. I mean, that's kind of the freedom of the press, so to speak. We all have the ability to use these different platforms to express ourselves, and we kind of use freedom and talk about how we have the freedom to pursue our ideas and our passions. And on our website, things, we believe people have the freedom to, promote any product and service, or promote a charitable cause, or to work towards those things. And that's, what we try to celebrate and support here at Free Press Marketing, our agency. And then again, with our space that we have here, which we are in the middle of rebranding, and we'll talk about that on a later date and time. Sorry, I'm getting pop-ups on my computer about upgrades and stuff. Anyway, I do want to thank Cielo Artisan Desserts. I didn't give my usual shout out to them. I was talking about Carlos, but they provide my Cafe de Olla every Friday morning, and I'm grateful for that, because Fridays, man, woo, long week. Yesterday was long. Ooh, that's strong coffee today. That's strong. A couple more quotes. Let's see. Never was so much owed by so many few, Winston Churchill. Home of the free because of the brave. That's a common, you see those on t-shirts and other places, right? Home of the free because of the brave. I went through all 21. Impossible. Okay, well, there's some quotes, some food for thought for this weekend going into Memorial Weekend, Memorial Day on Monday. I hope we don't forget that freedom isn't free. Be thankful that, there are men and women who have fought for the freedoms that we still enjoy here every day, and that they continue to fight for freedom. There's a lot of people out there that, not just in uniform, who, fight for freedoms that we feel we should have in this country, and exercising those freedoms, and who are constantly fighting tyranny and oppression throughout the world. And here at home, there is some tyranny and oppression that we have to fight against, so that all men may enjoy the freedoms that we have. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into any type of political thing or anything like that, but I just want everyone to be thankful. I'm thankful for what I'm able to do here with the help of everyone on our team and our members and our clients, as we all together, pursue our freedoms and exercise our freedoms every day as it pertains to our businesses and our products and our dreams and our passions, and the organizations that we choose to fight for and promote and support. So hats off to everybody. I'm going to keep it short today. We've been live for only 13 minutes. I don't have a guest today, and that's okay. We don't have to have a guest every week. If you want to be a guest on the show next week or any other week, give us a call here. We'd love to have you on. Last week we had Eric on. We talked forever. Hopefully some of you were able to watch that video and get through it all. I know we went on and on and on for a while, but I feel it was good stuff, good motivational, just encouragement and the like. So watch that episode. That's episode 14. This is episode 15. It means we've been doing this for 15 weeks. That's over 3 months. It was one of my goals to be consistent and to do this and go live and create this show, what have you. And, we're still here. We're still doing it. And I hope we are able to continue to do this and enjoy that. So here's to all of you. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Don't take your freedom for granted. Be responsible with your freedom. Don't drink and drive. Call Lyft. Have someone drive you, or walk, or take a bus or something. Ride a horse. I don't know. Just don't do it while you're drinking or whatever you're on. Be safe. Be careful. And be thankful for the freedoms we have. That's it for today. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.